Scanning for audio.
Hello and welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. Yes, I was only here yesterday, unless you're listening to all these in one big block. It's the episode 2 review of, episode 2 of Web of Fear. Because episode 2 was just great. Continuing mystery. Oh, and you know who I forgot to mention yesterday? Apart from all of the nice army characters. That staff sergeant is superb. But it's the newspaper man who's just basically annoying. I wonder if he ended up working at BBC 3. That's BBC 3 in the Doctor Who universe, working on the passing parade. He's just really annoying. His implied cowardice works, but the army are just clueless. Blowing up bits of the London Underground, not a good idea. But the thing that sticks out most about this episode is that it's, and here's a phrase you haven't heard for a while, Dr. Light. There isn't a sign of Troughton anywhere. He's just off investigating. And the only people who notice is us. The people involved in the storyline don't. Jamie does a particularly good job of carrying the whole of the narrative. Yes, the people are escaping, they're overhearing conversations, but the glorious moment, the moment of magic, that's what they used to call it, is the, and I'm sorry I'm going to say this, the timey-wimey bit, where the Travers Senior gets to go, I know you. You are Jamie McCrimmon, because they've remembered him from the earlier story. Travers is an old man, but he's acting the socks off everyone. Yes, it could be seen as a little bit hammy, but that's not the case. We've all known eccentric people like that in time. Anne rocks. That line about her being a scientist, when she was a little girl she wanted to be one, so she grew up and became one, was just great. She does have a certain something about her, but that's probably just to make you think, oh, she's the one in league with the baddies. And you have to remember at this point, I've not seen the story, so I just don't know. There's always someone hinted. Is it the spineless newsman? Is it Anne Travers? Is it one of the soldiers standing at the back? Is someone in league or is no one in league with them? Because let's face it, you've got yetis, you've got spheres. Do you need a conduit person? I suppose it's tradition. It ends up giving a figurehead or a voice. But there's no one round here being Richard E. Grant, so that's fine. Of course, this episode relies heavily on, extending the mystery, giving slightly more information to the audience than they had last time. But it isn't padding as such. None of the lines are pointless. But the points made in the episode are kind of rammed home. So, a shorter episode than yesterday, yes, I'll grant you. It still looks fabulous. And the problem with tomorrow's episode, it's made up from stills. But I will report back shortly, and I'll tell you what I thought of that. But let's face it, I'm enjoying this one a lot more than Enemy of the World. But that's probably because I like the Yetis. So until tomorrow, when we'll be talking more about the same, be seeing you. You've been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast. Doctor Who is the property of the BBC and no infringement is intended. To contact the show or to find out more about Whostrology and my other works, click on the links on the Tin Dog Podcast homepage. Why not follow Blue Box Messiah, all one word, on Twitter to keep up to date with tour dates of my forthcoming Doctor Who comedy play. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.